Hi, welcome back. Welcome in. For those new to the channel, you have picked probably the worst reading to watch for the channel because there's roof work taking place, but I felt strongly that a reading needed to be done today. Also, I'm not wearing my microphone for the first time in like forever, and the reason is because I forgot to charge the microphones, so we're going to see what happens, and hopefully everybody can hear. Also, if you don't want to hear me talk anymore, go down to the description box and click on the timestamp for the Oracle or Tarot, whichever you'd like to get straight into. For those that have come to the channel before, watched a reading before, you know how this goes. I'd like to thank you for coming back. For everybody, please note that YouTube analytics show me that you only watch about 7 minutes of a video, and most of my videos go for like, I don't know, an hour. So I'm going to try and shorten it for you. The whole point is that you get a message, whatever it is that you need to hear, that it comes through for you, the person who the message is meant for, from spirit, from the universe, God, goddess, whichever deity fits best for your description, for your spiritual journey. So I have not done really any astrology work today, and I have not done any word meditation. That being said, we're getting ready to do the oracle. I will talk a little bit as I'm shuffling. So, who felt the Aries new moon? Who felt all these Aries shifts that are taking place? I can say I did. It has been tumultuous. I don't know if that's the right word or the only word. It's not all been bad or like a negative. Sorry, there's gonna be beeping from time to time too. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, today's reading is gonna be fantastic. Bear with me. But this Aries shift, Aries and air signs, you know, Gemini, Uranus is going into Gemini. This is upside down. Why are these upside down? Aries, did I say Aries is going into Gemini? Uranus. I said Uranus. Okay. I don't think that actually happens until like July, but we will feel these things now. Or start to feel them, I should say. And when this happens, it can be a little confusing. And it can feel very matter of fact. And the best way to deal with that kind of energy is, one, to make sure that whatever you're feeling matter of fact about is that it's something that's been thought about with intention, and that it's not from a place of reaction or activation, I should say, although we are all going to be activated right now. Par for the course, as they would say. And that's okay too. Everything is meant. You are on a journey that you are supposed to be on. But the consequences of the actions that you take or do not take, and remember, not taking an action is the same thing as taking an action. It's still a choice. The consequences need to be the ones that you've thought out before going into activation or reactive mode. And what I mean by that is every choice you make on this planet, every choice that you make on this planet in your life, regardless of the lifetime, there is a consequence. And consequence does not immediately equate to negative, okay? It doesn't mean positive. A consequence is just that. It's a consequence. We cannot prevent that. Energy does not dissipate. What's the law, the physics law? Energy, for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction, right? Energy doesn't stop. It can be slowed, it can speed up, it can move left, right, up, down, whatever, okay? But it never goes away. It does not cease. So therefore, there are consequences, always. Why am I saying that? Because this new moon in Aries last night, today is Saturday, April the 18th. It meant that whatever you've been planning, Aries is saying it's time to act. This is it. This is action time. And you're not really getting a choice. The only choice is if you make no choice, and that too is action. And you'll have to be ready to live with the consequences of your actions. For some, that is going to be the most amazing thing. For others, it may not feel like the most amazing thing. But this too shall pass. So, we're going to ask Spirit to guide us for this reading that we're about to do. Spirit, God, Goddess, Universe, please give me one message from this oracle, Native Spirit, to help guide the reading for whoever is supposed to receive the message. That was 2. Can we try that one more time? If it's meant to come back out, it will. God, Goddess, Universe, Spirit, please. One card to help guide the reading. One card. Sacred Mountain. Okay. And then I want to do one card from the wisdom of the oracle. God, Goddess, Universe, please. One card, again, to help guide this reading that we are about to do for whoever is meant to receive the message. Let's breathe. Sacred Mountain and breathe. There is definitely, I feel like something about finding your center here, being grounded, maybe to deal with the consequences as they come. The consequences as they come. Again, that sounds very ominous, doesn't it? Hold on one second. Okay. So sometimes when I have to pause, there could be a little break, but sorry. Anyway, Sacred Mountain. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Meditate. Wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. How fitting is that? From the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. So for the person that is contemplating what their next move is, and it's too loud, the back and forth in your mind, it's too loud. You need to ground yourself. And what does that mean? Okay, it means that you think about all the consequences, right? You play out worst case scenario, best case scenario, and then what can you live with in that realm? What can you live with and what can you not live with? This is a theme right now, okay? A theme meaning it just keeps coming up in all the circles that I surround myself with. But it doesn't mean stay still and don't move, period. It means right now to find that wisdom, to find your courage to move forward, to figure out what the action is going to be. You do it from a place of intention. Again, not being reactive. Not being reactive. Easier said than done when feelings are involved, because feelings are not logical, and that's a very logical way of handling things. This is the truth. And then we're going to do breathe, which is 29, by the way, which is 11, because of course it is. Let's see. 29, breathe. Patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. The main message here is patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. I like this. I like this for us. We're going to do our the Tarot of Traditions. This box has seen better days as our foundation here. And then we'll probably get into wild reflections because that's what I'm feeling today, but we'll see what happens. So, Tarot of Traditions, this is more of the traditional Rider-Waite. And I'm feeling like it feels strongly because, of course, you know, when we have all these shifts in Aries, we just had this 6, 7 planetary body, some planets, some Chiron and the moon, and all of this stuff lined up in Aries. We have Pluto in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, Uranus moving into Gemini. Where's Jupiter? I know Venus is in Gemini. I can't remember Jupiter right now. Anyway, but, you know, fire and air totally fans the flames of fire, right? So it can also help to change its direction. This is just a matter of where you want to go. And it's not where you want to be right now. It's where do you want to be later. What you do right now is what's going to get you to that. If you do nothing, if you stay, then you have a trajectory that you're on already by everything that you've done up until this point. And if you stay at this point, then how it will most likely continue to look and form, okay? Then there's this other point where you take that step in that direction instead of just staying, right? But again, knowing the consequences and doing so with intention versus reaction. And that will move you to where you want to go. If you're stepping in the direction of where it is that you foresee yourself. It's kind of like, I want to be a millionaire, and I'm going to say every day that I want to be a millionaire, right? Well, that's great. Are you playing the lottery? Are you investing your money? You know, don't just go play the lottery. But are you putting your money are you saving your money? Or are you just saying that you want it, and then you're going out and spending all your money, and, you know, you have to take some risk. And, you know, like, or you're planning to do something. You know, well, I plan on this. That's great. How much planning are you going to do versus taking action to bring that plan to life? You got to figure it out. And you've got to know. And this is totally Aries. I mean, it really is. Aries just acts and then fixes and amends where necessary. But this is the time. This is what this is for. This is the call. I have a feeling we're going to see something around judgment. Yeah, no, judgment. I see the star, but judgment, I see five of, what am I seeing? A 5 of Swords or a 5 of Wands, perhaps both. I do see the sun. Goddess, God's universe. What messages do you have for us today? Queen of Cups, feminine energy, sitting in her feelings. Feels like she has a lot of love to give. And I mean, I am going to say it. A lot of love to give and not sure where to give it. Or wondering who is going to, who's going to be worthy? Queen of Cups, you could also be a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Queen of Cups, feminine energy, lots of love, big love. That's a lot. I'm going to take what I see on top here. Oh, I'm going to take that. All right, I'm taking it off. King of Pentacles, sitting. Tower. Wheel of Fortune. is a big change. Something is about to force the direction. This is justice. What's fair? What's right? The King of Pentacles is not much of an action person. I feel like this person has been trying to avoid a tower. They're not going to get that choice. Three of Wands. Looking out to the horizon. Oof. What it means for this person. Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, Page of Wands. What it means for this person. Is it worth the cost? And I'm saying that because it feels like this person is... They've been standing still planning for a long time. The leaves are growing on this wand. But this is a page. So this page is taking a step. There's a message here, a message being offered, a gift of a sort. Considering the cost. Considering the cost. Considering the cost of what? King of Cups right underneath the Queen of Cups. There's something about this Queen and King of Pentacles. We'll see. We'll see. This could all be the same person, but Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands. This King of Cups has been through it. Has been fighting it. I honestly, I feel like this is that fighting this tower moment, not wanting to feel the pain of the changes that are taking place or that have to take place. What does this mean, Spirit? Walking away. Trying to keep from walking away. Fighting from walking away. Trying to keep someone else from walking away. But this is almost like, if you look, it has a very hermit kind of quality, and there's a wand that this person, like a walking stick, but it's a wand, and there's a dove, a peace dove. Like, this is for the betterment. The betterment for peace, or walking towards peace. Finding their Nine of Cups. Walking towards their Nine of Cups. Perhaps fighting to get to this path. Defending this path. Defending this path. So you have the King of Cups, Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands. Defending this path. Walking this Eight of Cups, we have the moon and the sun here, and then you have the essentially full moon or moon and the sun. It's always the sun that's highlighting the moon, right? Illuminating. The path is lit. Deep feelings. Could be dealing with a Cancer. Again, water signs. It's not easy. It's terrifying is what I heard. It is terrifying. What does that matter? It's terrifying. Everything is terrifying if you allow it to be. What did I say? Five of Swords, Page of Cups. It's terrifying. But the Three of Swords to the Five of Swords, this is willing to fight. Willing to fight for this gift. I really do feel like it's a gift. Page of Wands, Page of Cups. And there's your victory, Six of Wands. So it doesn't come easy. It won't come easy. It's not supposed to come easy. But it is what... it is what's right. Alright, Six of Wands to this Seven of Swords. Now, I listen to readers as well. And every reader has a different take on this. And it depends, I will tell you, it always depends, one, on what their intuition is saying right there in that moment when they see this card, but also what the other cards around are saying. So this Six of Wands, underneath the Eight of Wands, with this Seven of Swords, this it's not going to be easy walking towards this path, fighting to find this path. You're either blocking it or you're finding it, one. Defending it or blocking it. Deep feelings, scared, fear, things that have been preventing you perhaps, fighting through them. Eight of Swords down to the Five of Swords. I mean, you're putting in the good fight for what you feel like is, it's a love offer. You don't know if it's enough. You don't know if it's enough for you. You don't know if it's enough to give somebody else, but there's victory here. There is success if you take what you can carry. Take what you can carry and leave the rest behind. I mean, literally the Five Swords. Two are being left behind. Two are being carried, much like intuition. And three are the healing that had to take place in order to be able to do this. That's how I look at this. The victory... It only works if you move. It only works if you move. Am I wrong? No. And then that Eight of Wands was on the bottom, and here it comes, because this is strong. The messages, the communication, and then you've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So what did I say? I don't know if it'll be the same person or not if the Queen of Pentacles comes up. There's choices that need to be made here. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. I said that. Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. The choices being made are not without consequence. Seven of Cups is about options, but sometimes it's also about you have all of these things available to you already. King of Swords. What is that saying? Idle hands. Idle mind. Something. You've got King of Swords and the Devil. So I can't show you. Devil. King of Swords. I really feel like this is like this. The options feel like a lie. There is no option. It feels like a lie. That's the truth, sitting in the truth. It feels like a lie. There's no other option here. There's no other option. There's always options. Choices. There's always choices. There's just consequences. Five of Wands. So I said Five of Swords and Five of Wands. You're getting both. I think I said that too. This is the conflict. You know the truth. You know the truth. There's a connection that's like stable and comfortable. That shit's getting rocked. Sorry, excuse my language. That's getting rocked. Torn down. Then there's one that is feelings. Heart center. And it's not easy. And you've got to fight. You've got to fight. And you can, and it is absolutely potentially the best thing ever. But there's something about these options. The Devil, give me a couple more around. The Devil, the King of Swords, and the Five of Wands. We'll clarify with the other cards. Well, I just want more of the storyline is what I want, actually. Four of Pentacles. Withholding. This standing still. The conflict about making a decision versus action. I mean, Knight of Wands. This is all about, are you going to stand still or are you going to take action? Am I wrong? I think I'm right. Am I right? Knight of Pentacles. Is it a quick? Is it a slow and steady? A lot of people think that the Knight of Pentacles stands still, but they don't. They go slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. And you can see the horse is moving. Something is happening here. One more? No? Yes, two more. The Empress. Page of Pentacles. So we have 3, 4, 3. The only one we're missing is the Page of Swords. And the Six of Cups. I feel like yeah, this is definitely about healing. I heard take your money and run. Why did I hear that? 3 of Swords, the Chariot, Magician. Take your money and run. For who? Who? Let's see. Sure. Cards. Okay. So, there's a feminine energy here that has this love to give for someone who I feel like has been kind of rooted, standing still. They're getting uprooted. They don't get to sit still anymore. It's not an option. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. Justice will be served. There's 10 of Cups to be had here. Knowing exactly the direction. It was a choice that was made. That's not what this is about, though. This is about whether or not you're going to work with the energy, work with the universe. Who's this for? Is this, I mean, this is for both. But here's my question. What action? Action for what? What action is it that is being needed? What's the what's the action here, Spirit? Action for what? Stand still or move for what? Queen of Cups. Okay? Stand still or move. Big love. Full of love. Dances in love. Lives in love. Whoa, that's too many. Stand still. And then the Queen of Wands. Love, passion, stand still. There's leader capabilities here. Leadership. Ooh. There it is again. 10 of Cups and the Tower. Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles. This Tower is breaking up. I heard monotony, breaking up the monotony. Whoa. And bringing in. This is bringing in love. Yeah, there's the victory again. So you have 2 of Cups. Beautiful energy. 3 of Cups. 6 of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. 6 of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles. This is definitely about someone needs to get in touch with their inner, I say your star player, but whatever. This is about the love. This is about what it's all supposed to be for. and it's the inner knowing. And I've heard this before. You knew all along. There was never a choice. There was never a choice. And it's having faith in that. Having faith in that, it's like, what are you hiding behind? You knew. Look at this. This waiting for the right timing. Oh, I said, what are we blowing it up for, right? Like I said, what is this taking action for? Waiting for the timing, for the right time. But there, you got 2 towers here. Waiting for the right time. Spirit, can you... Working together, 8 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands. So this 9 of Wands came out by itself on the side. I'm going to show you. Waiting for the right time. Shit's just growing around you. You're just sitting there. You're just waiting. Biding your time. Meanwhile, there's work to be done. Working together to make something amazing. Or it's going to leave you. Whatever the it is. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. That's the Justice. I heard you don't get a do-over. Oof. 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. The timing is now. You see, like, waiting, like right now, like any moment around that corner, around the bend here of the water, right? Timing piece. 7 of Pentacles. You don't get a do-over. Healing. 3 of Swords, Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, Knight of Swords. We're going to do some more because I want the answers. I'm getting in it. This doesn't count because gosh only knows if that's a Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So that would be 2. You've got 2 Wheel of Fortunes, 2 Towers. Time. The time. Something about the time. What about the time? Oh, you have 2 6 of Wands as well. It's victory piece. 3 of Cups. Right? Isn't that 3? Maybe it's only 2. Oh no, there's 3. 2 3 of Cups. 2 4 of Pentacles. I mean, you're getting all the confirmations. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? So the guidance, remember the Oracle, breathe, get centered, get in tune, right? Ground yourself. Justice twice as well. Either you move or the decision will be made for you. Okay, what's the guidance for the person who's supposed to receive this message? That was the star. I just want it to be, what'd I say? Spirit. Okay, actually, let's do this, Spirit. Recap, please. What's the overall message? What's the overall message here? What's the overall message for whoever's watching and needs the message? What's the overall message? Give us a few cards just for that, please. The overall message of this reading. The overall message. Devil and 3 of Pentacles. This is the toxicity. Watching paint dry, essentially. Idle hands, idle mind. It's the devil's playground. You have to do something. Am I right? I know I'm right. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be funny, but I know I'm right. So this is, the overall message is, do nothing. That's your chaos. That's your toxicity. That's the unhealthy. So what's the Queen of Swords? And now we have, did we have a King of Swords? I thought we did. I thought we did. We had something of swords. Maybe I'm crazy, but I swear I thought we did. It's fine. So the advice. Queen of Swords. Eight of Wands. Justice again, and Temperance. Be ready to go is what I feel. Be ready to go. You're ready. You're ready. Humble. Be humble. Walk in love. Walk in love is what I heard. Walk in love. She's holding that cup. That is, it's alchemy. It's a balance of everything. The dark, the light, the love, hate, for lack of a better word. And there's the Knight of Swords again. There's the Wheel of Fortune again. And there's the Eight of Pentacles again. This is the advice. Spirit, can you get me a bit closer, just a little more specific? What's the advice? The Hermit. The Fool. The Hermit to the Fool. Go within to move forward. Go within to move forward. Oh, you gotta know. You gotta go within. Three of Wands, Queen of Cups, Two of Swords, King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, which is very much like a journey. I mean, you got to look at it like that. I think that's the advice. You've got to be willing to take the chance. And the Hermit does that. That King of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Cups again. So there is something, and there's the Star. There's something about that true spirit. Knowing that it's difficult, going to be difficult, and doing it anyway. I heard consequences be damned. Spirit, consequences be damned. Is that right? Consequences be damned. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it anyway. Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Emperor, and the Five of Cups. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it anyway. See those Two of Cups standing? This isn't about wants, and I mean, this isn't about wants. This is about what you've always known. What you've always known. On the bottom, the World card. Okay. There's a conclusion that is coming, and conclusion does not mean, again, energy doesn't stop. It moves. It moves. There's a conclusion coming to whatever cycle you've been in. The Wheel of Fortune is moving. Multiple, I mean, like every deck. The Wheel of Fortune. The Tower. I'm really surprised we didn't see, you know what, I bet if we... Four of Wands. Nine of Swords. You're going to have to do and be something that you don't want to do and be. But that is how Seven of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, again, is about the journey, and the Three of Swords. The healing journey, what has gone into this. You're going to have to do something, be something you don't want to be. But that's the only way. King of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to be this person. But you're going to have to. Whether you like it or not. And that, I mean, the 10 of Cups. The healing, the 3 of Swords to the 10 of Cups. Think about that. It's what everybody, the Magician, the Hangman. These towers are happening. All right. I mean, I'm going to leave it at that. I've gone longer than I said I was going to do, especially after my whole spiel in the beginning. But this has gone on longer than it needed to. The universe is tired for you. The idle hands, idle mind is the devil's playground, however you want to say it. Watching paint dry. This is no longer, it no longer works. And you are going to be pushed out of this one way or the other. The question is, you know, are you going to be able to live with the consequences if it's not you that's taking the steps to do this? Shit. I don't want to say that. It may be that the only way you move is to see that someone is moving without you. And that's, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not healthy. And the reason I say that, I mean, it's just Page of Cups. It's not healthy because there's a river of pain that can end up flowing like rapids when you're not the one that takes initiative, okay? If the only reason that you decide to start moving is because, what did I say, a river of pain that can move like rapids, you have the opportunity to walk over it. Lessen the gap. There's a gap here. I was going to say a river of doubt, okay? So just, if you don't make the move, Page of Wands again. If you don't make the move, if you're not the one that's moving forward, and whatever this is, I don't care. That's not what this is about. And you only follow suit because someone else made a move, you are creating King of Swords here. You have to stand confident in what you know. You don't get to just sit there and watch the paint dry and then think everything is going to be this 10 of Cups. That's not it. Working together is a very strong message throughout. Working for it. Taking action. What else? Anything else? All right. Eight of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Judgment. I told you. And the King of Cups again. So, I mean, yeah, you don't get to sit here and toot your horn how in love you are, how happy you are, how life is just so magical, and then turn around and do that. That's not living. You know that. This is where the devil comes in. Also, twice. All right, we're going to leave it at that. We'll see you next time.